హాయ్ గైస్, వెల్కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు లోక్నాథ్ లెక్చర్స్. సో మనమైతే ప్రీవియస్ వీడియోస్లో ఎక్సెల్ గురించి అయితే క్లియర్గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయబడడం జరిగింది. సో ఈ రోజు వీడియోస్ నుంచి మనమైతే డేటా మైనింగ్ అండ్ డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్ గురించి అయితే సబ్జెక్ట్ గురించి అయితే వీడియోస్ చేయబోతున్నాం. సో ట్యూటోరియల్ 1లో సో డేటా మైనింగ్ అండ్ డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్ గురించి అయితే మనం డిస్కస్ చేయబోతున్నాం. సో ఇంట్రడక్షన్ ఆఫ్ డేటా మైనింగ్ అండ్ డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్. So what is data mining and what is data warehousing? So the overall information about the introduction of data mining and data warehousing. So what is data mining? So the data mining is a process of extracting information to identify patterns, trends, and useful data that would allow the business to take the data-driven decisions from huge set of data is called data mining. So the data mining is also called as knowledge discovery in databases. So it is called like KDD. And what is data? Sorry, the process of extracting information to identify patterns. So what is data mining or definition of data mining ante enti ante? So for example, so if a person is having a one business or marketing or hospital or educational institute, so he's having his business overall information about the year of, for example, we're taking the example of business. If a person is having one business in the 2024, so he's having the overall information about his business information transactions like employee salaries and investments and how much money is getting in profits. So the overall information he is maintaining one data in the 2024. Now this person has to plan for the future businesses or expand his business in the future days. So in these types of situations, the data mining will be useful. How the data mining will be useful for means, so what is data mining means? By the applying of data mining techniques, we can analyze or identify some patterns and trends and useful data. So we can డేటా మైనింగ్ టెక్నిక్స్ అనేవి ఈ డేటా పైన ప్రీవియస్ డేటా మన దగ్గర ఏదైతే రా డేటా ఉందో ఆ రా డేటా పైన డేటా మైనింగ్ టెక్నిక్స్ని అప్లై చేయడం వల్ల సో ఆ ఓవరాల్ బిజినెస్ స్ట్రాటజీస్ కానీ ప్యాటర్న్స్ కానీ సో మనం అప్లై చేసిన స్ట్రాటజీస్ మెథడాలజీస్ సో ఓవరాల్గా మనకు ఎక్కడ లాస్ వచ్చాయి, ఏ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ వల్ల మనకు లాస్ వచ్చాయి, సో ఏ ప్లేస్లో మనం ఎక్కువ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ చేసాం, ద ఓవరాల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వీఆర్ గెటింగ్ by the using of by the applying of data mining techniques. It's called data mining. So it is useful for decision from the huge amount. సో ఈ హ్యూజ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ డేటా నుంచి మనకు యూజ్ఫుల్ అయ్యే డేటాను మనం గెయిన్ చేసుకున్నాం. సో ద యూజర్ గెటింగ్ ద నాలెడ్జ్ ఆర్ గెయినింగ్ ద సమ్ నాలెడ్జ్ అబౌట్ ద ఫ్యూచర్ బిజినెసెస్. సో ఈ ప్రీవియస్ డేటాను బేస్ చేసుకొని ఈ రా డేటా నుంచి యూజర్ అనేవాడు ఆర్ డేటా మైనింగ్ ఎవరైతే చేస్తారో ఆ పర్సన్ ఒక నాలెడ్జ్ కానీ ఒక ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కానీ గెయిన్ చేస్తాడు. ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని ఫ్యూచర్ బిజినెసెస్లో డెసిషన్స్ తీసుకోవడానికి ఈ డేటా మైనింగ్ అనేది యూజ్ అవుతుంది. సో డేటా మైనింగ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ యాజ్ నాలెడ్జ్ డిస్కవరీ ఇన్ డేటాబేస్. సో డేటా మైనింగ్కి అదర్ నేమే నాలెడ్జ్ డిస్కవరీ. సో నాలెడ్జ్ డిస్కవరీ అని కూడా మనం కాల్ చేస్తాం. అండ్ కమింగ్ టు వాట్ ఈజ్, సో వీ విల్ డిస్కస్ ఓన్లీ డేటా మైనింగ్ రైట్ నౌ. సో అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్, so what is the use of data? So the definition on what is data mining is completed. And now what is the use of data mining? So data mining యొక్క use ఏంటి? So in this world, the number of people are using that and applying the data mining techniques on their data. By the applying data mining techniques, people can learn something and identify the patterns, strategies, and gain some knowledge for the future purposes. So what's the use of data mining means? For example, in the number in this world, so e world loan, the number of people are using the data mining techniques. So each and every person కానీ business like educational institute owners కానీ లేకపోతే business people కానీ సో కంపెనీస్లో వర్క్ చేసే వాళ్ళు కానీ ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ కానీ సో ఇండస్ట్రియల్స్ కానీ ఇంకా హాస్పిటల్స్. సో ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ అండ్ స్టార్టెడ్ టు యూజ్ ద డేటా మైనింగ్ టెక్నిక్స్. వై? బికాస్ they can analyze their data and they are getting some techniques, or by the applying of data mining techniques, by the behind the reason for the using of data mining techniques means, so the people can learn something from the by the analyzing of data. So whenever they are applying the data mining techniques, they can easily identify getting some knowledge about the patterns and strategies and some information they are gaining. So by the using of by the gaining information or by the using of this information or knowledge, the people are taking the decision for the future purposes. So which is better and which is not better for the future days, and how to gain the profits only in the future days. So the overall information they are getting by the use of data mining. Okay. So this is the use of data mining. On data mining diagram. So this is the data mining diagram. So if you guys are observing the in the data mining diagram, so here we are having the like different types of like data sets and pre-processing, classification and database, statistics and analytics and evaluation. So we will discuss about this overall things and types in the future days and the future coming videos. Yes. Okay. So what is data sets and what is pre-processing steps? What are the types of pre-processing steps are there? So how the data mining will be classified, how the database we are managing the data, what is statistics and analytics. These are all things we will discuss in the future days or future coming videos. Yes. Okay. So applications of data mining. So what are the applications of data mining? First of all, what is mean by application? Means, so wherever we are using the data mining applications apply, wherever we are applying the data mining techniques, the overall sectors are considered as data mining applications. So we are using the data mining techniques on the businesses and healthcare and marketing and advertising and social medias and educational institutes and stocks and tradings. So these are all the in this overall the sectors we are using the data mining techniques. So by the using of data mining techniques, we are getting the knowledge or analytical results. So by the using of these results, we are taking some decision for the future purposes. The only aim to earn the money and get the profits in the future days. So this is the use of by the using of data mining applications or sorry data mining techniques. So these are all the applications of data mining. Now we are coming to data warehouse. What is data warehouse? A data warehouse is a separate from DBMS. It stores a huge amount of data, which is typically collected from multiple heterogeneous sources like files, DBMS, documents, and reports, the number of etc. So the goal is to produce statistical results that may help in decision making. So what is the data warehousing means? So data warehouse is separate from DBMS. So by comparing to the DBMS, so we can just store the data in DBMS and we can manage that overall data in DBMS. But by comparing to the DBMS, the data warehouse is too different. Why? Because the data warehouse stores the huge amount of data. It stores the huge amount of data, which is typically collected from multiple heterogeneous sources like files, DBMS, so which is typically also collected from multiple heterogeneous sources like files, DBMS, reports, documents, these are all things. So we are just store the data in DBMS only. We are just store the data in files only. We are just store the data in reports only. But in the data warehouse, the number of multiple sources of data we can store in data warehouse. We have a chance to store the overall number of formats of data we can store on the data warehouse. Here a chance to store the number of data or huge amount of data. And the main goal of a data warehouse is to produce statistical results so that may help in decision making for the futures. So this is the data mining data warehousing or definition of data warehouse. What's the use of data warehousing means? In the data warehouse, we have a chance to store the huge amount of data and manage the data and analyzing the data. And here we can store multiple sources of data. So what is the use of data warehouse means? In data warehouse, we have a chance to store the huge amount of data. So for example, if we taking some data, so we just store the data in DBMS. There is a limit, there is a space limit. So these are all things. We just store the data in some months or years only. By comparing to the data warehouse, in the data warehouse, we have a chance to store the huge amount of data. So the number of multiple sources of data we can store on the data warehouse. So this is one of the use, and we can manage the data. So here the chance to manage the data in the years of time also, and we can analyze the data. So by the using of data warehouse, we can store the data and manage the data. So we can apply the data mining techniques on the storing data on the data warehouse. By the applying of data mining techniques, we can analyze. We are accessing the data from the data warehouse and analyze the data. Here we can store multiple sources of data. So number of sources నుంచి అంటే DBMS నుంచి ఫైల్స్ నుంచి రిపోర్ట్స్ నుంచి సో ఇలాగ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫార్మాట్స్ నుంచి డేటా తీసుకొని సో మనం ఇక్కడ స్టోర్ చేసుకునేది ఐ మీన్ So the multiple sources of data we can store in a one data set or one database or is called data warehouse. So this is the use of overall information, the use of data warehouse. So data warehousing applications. So data warehousing applications also same like as a data mining applications. So wherever we are having the huge amount of data or lot of data, in the types of situations, the people or users are using the data warehouse. Why? Because here only we can store the here only the chance to store the huge amount of data. That's the reason the people are using the data warehousing, like banks, customer goods and financial industries and educational institutes and companies and industries. So these are all the applications of data warehouse. So coming to the diagram of data warehousing, here just moment back only we have said about like the multiple sources of data we can store on the data warehouse. So this is the use of these are all things we are already discussed just moment back only. So if you guys are observing the data warehouse diagram, here a data source 1, data source 2, and data source 3, these are all things like data warehousing and extract, transform, and load process. So multiple sources of డేటాను మనం ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసుకొని సో ఆ డేటాను ప్రీ ప్రాసెసింగ్ స్టెప్స్ అన్ని చేసిన తర్వాత సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ ఛాన్స్ టు స్టోర్ ద డేటా ఇన్ డేటా వేర్ హౌస్. సో ఇక్కడ స్టోర్ చేసుకున్న డేటాను సో హ్యూజ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ డేటాను we can represent on the visualization formats and we can represent on the report formats. This is useful for business intelligence also. So this is the use of and the definition of data warehousing and data. So this is the overall information about the data mining and data warehousing, about the introduction of data mining and data warehousing. So what is data mining or what is data warehousing or definition of data mining and data warehousing. So on what's the use of data mining, on what's the use of data warehousing and data mining diagram. Here we are having like data sets, pre-processing and classification, database and statistics and analytics and evaluation. So each and every concept we will discuss in the future days or coming day videos. Okay. And these are all the applications of data mining and data warehousing. So the applications are same likewise in the data mining also and data warehousing also. So the overall the applications are same. So this is the diagram of data warehousing. So we are already discussed like the multiple sources of data. We are combining it to one data set or one data store warehouse. So here we are storing the data and represent on the visualization format and reporting by the using of business intelligence also. So this is the overall information about the introduction of data warehousing and data mining. So thank you for watching my videos, guys. Please do subscribe before doing practice or sorry, uh, please do uh, please do subscribe and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so click on the bell icon. Okay, thank you for watching my videos, guys.